Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're just going through the motions? Comfortable, but not really alive. I want to tell you a story about a guy who had it all. Or so it seemed. His name was Alex, and he was a brilliant software engineer at a top tech company. He had the six-figure salary, the cool office perks, the corner apartment with a view. He was living the dream, right? But every morning, Alex would wake up with this nagging feeling, a quiet whisper that said, "Is this it?" He was comfortable. Too comfortable. His days were predictable. Wake up, code, meetings, go home, watch TV, sleep, repeat. The challenge was gone. The spark he once had for building things, for solving complex problems, had fizzled out into a routine. He was safe, secure, and slowly suffocating. One rainy Tuesday, scrolling through his phone during a particularly boring meeting, Alex saw Hannah. It wasn't for a new gadget or a fancy vacation. It was for a volunteer program, teaching basic coding skills to underprivileged kids in a remote village in Southeast Asia. No salary, no fancy apartment, just a shared hut and a mission. Something inside him clicked. It was the most illogical, uncomfortable idea he'd had in years. His friends thought he was crazy. "You're throwing away your career," they said. His parents were worried, but that whisper inside him was now a roar. He knew he had to go. So, e vive italiano. He quit his job, sold most of his stuff, and boarded a plane. The first few weeks were brutal. The culture shock was immense. The language barrier was a daily struggle. There was no high-speed internet, no air conditioning, and the office was a small, stuffy room with a handful of old, donated laptops. He was constantly frustrated. He missed his old life, his comfortable bed, his morning latte. Several times, he almost gave up and booked a flight home. He was so far out of his comfort zone he couldn't even see it anymore. But then, he started to see the kids' faces. He saw the pure joy and excitement in their eyes when they wrote their first line of code and made "Hello, World" appear on the screen. He saw their hunger to learn, their incredible resilience. These kids had next to nothing, yet they had a fire he hadn't felt in himself for years. Slowly, everything started to change. Alex had to get creative. He devised new ways to teach with limited resources. He learned to communicate with gestures and broken phrases, laughing at his own mistakes. He wasn't just teaching code, he was learning about community, about purpose, about what it truly means to connect with people. He started a project with the students to build a simple app that helped local farmers track their crops. It was 1,000 times harder than any project he'd worked on at his old job, but it was also 1,000 times more rewarding. He wasn't just a coder anymore. He was a teacher, a mentor, and a part of something bigger than himself. He was uncomfortable, challenged, and for the first time in a long time, he felt truly alive. After a year, Alex came back. He didn't go back to his old job. The experience had fundamentally rewired him. He started his own social enterprise, a company that develops educational tech for underserved communities around the world. It's a constant struggle, a roller coaster of highs and lows. It's not comfortable, but it's meaningful. Alex's story is a powerful reminder for all of us. Our comfort zones are nice places, but nothing ever grows there. True growth, real fulfillment, and the discovery of our own potential happen right at the edge of our comfort, in the space where we feel a little scared, a little uncertain. So, I want to ask you, what's one uncomfortable thing you can do this week? Maybe it's starting that project you've been putting off, having that difficult conversation, or learning that new skill that seems intimidating. Take that first step, embrace the discomfort, because that's where your best self is waiting. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that inspire.